Hey folks, welcome back to DIY Buddy Guy. Today's project, I'm going to show you how to DIY fix the fuel shutoff on an Arctic Cat four-wheeler. So this here's the knob. It's off, on, or reserve, whichever way you turn it. I'll open that up and show you in just a second. It was leaking. I had turned it to the on position. It stopped leaking. This was years ago, and then I put an auxiliary fuel shutoff. Not a big deal. Those are a few bucks at the auto parts store. But recently, as you can see all this wet here, this one started leaking again no matter what it did. So I figured I'd tear it apart and see if I can fix it. So to show you what it looks like inside, take this apart here. Okay, hold on. So, funny little face looking. This upper left port right here is the port from the tank that's your reserve. The upper right one is your port from the tank that is your normal fuel. And then the lower port here goes to your fuel line that goes to the carburetor. Now here's the back side of the valve. And the way that this works is in the off position, this is what it looks like in the off position, but facing this way. And then if the fuel is on, it's in this position. This port here allows fuel to go from here to here. And if you turn it to reserve, this goes this way and allows fuel to go from the reserve portion to the carburetor. And what seals it is this very small O-ring right here. It's very thin, and it's dry rotted and doesn't seal anymore, which was allowing fuel to leak where you see it there, puddling up in the bottom and around the face and out behind the plate. So what I did was I needed an O-ring to look like this. It's thin, square, flat. And I have my O-ring kit here, but all I have are these thick, round O-rings. So what I did was I took this O-ring, this one here, which is round like this one, and I shaped it into this shape here that you see, and I'll show you more specifically how I did it. So, yes, you can buy a replacement kit for this, but it's more than I want to spend, and it's days away, and I need this machine tonight. So I took the O-ring and I put it on here, and I made sure that it wasn't rolled, that it sat flat, and I used my razor blade and I cut it on a taper all the way around very carefully, not to gouge it. And then I used a piece of emery paper and sanded it smooth till it was about the same size as the original flat O-ring. And then I put a little bit of grease on there on the end of this here, and I stuck it in its place, and it stayed put and sealed pretty good. So there it is, all back together. As you can see, there is gas in the tank, but this valve is not leaking, and I did not reinstall the original O-ring. I used the one that I showed in the video, and it's a pretty snug fit, and it's in there, and glad it worked. It was a 20-minute fix. Thanks again for watching.